Hello, welcome to Texas Lone Wolf Miguel, your source for Red Pill Truth. And today we are going to do a video called The Other Man. At one time, I used to be the other man. I used to be the other man at one time and almost lost my life. You know, I was young way back in my, 20s when I did that. You know, most guys like us get young and dumb. We don't know no damn better. We had no guidance. We had no one to guide us. If I were to have someone tell me and show me what being the other man was like, I wouldn't have treaded down that path, but I did. I went down that path one time. And needed to say almost got deleted. It's very dangerous. I'm telling you, being the other man is very dangerous. Okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and cover this. It's very dangerous. You can get deleted in real life. And they're going to use you. The married woman is going to use you to get her physical needs met. Okay, so to speak. And it is what it is. It's going to happen. So she's not going to leave her husband for you. The married woman is not going to leave her husband for you. Okay? I tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. She's going to play like a fiddle. She's going to tell you all the problems she's having. But she is not going to leave her husband. She'll say she'll lead you on. She'll manipulate you. She'll use you for money. Leave married women alone. They're married for a reason. And we're going to cover this. Okay? And she's not going to leave her husband for you. Oh, one other thing, men. If you're listening to my video here, I'm going to be up front. I'm going to tell you up front, okay? I'm going to tell you up front. She's going to lead you on. Yeah, that thing between her legs might feel real good and wet, and leave them alone. Leave them alone, because number one, you have to deal with the husband. And the dangerous man is the one who is quiet. You don't know him. He don't know you. He don't care about you. Okay? Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Being the other man to a married woman is not going to really end well. Okay? And you know, to the man, Oh, it's fun. It's fun, man. It is so fun. She'll lead you on. She'll have you developing feelings for her, but she won't care about your feelings. She'll say, "Oh, you're my friend. Oh, I care about you." Yeah, she cares about getting her needs met from you, but she does not care about you in general. If she did, listen, if she did care about you, she would already got a divorce and then start investing time with you. Okay? The divorcee. The divorcee would start investing time with you. At one time, I used to be involved with a divorcee in a relationship for 13 years, but she's not coming back. She passed away with a major health illness. But she talked about me to everyone in a good way. But getting involved with a married woman is not a very good move. If you did do this, all right, if you did do this, get out. Get out. Get out of this. All right? So, yeah, get out. It's not worth it. Get out of that relationship. Listen, dude, I'm talking to you. Because, look, infidelity may not sound new when it involves dating married men. Okay? But what is it involves married women? What does it mean for a man to date a married woman? And are there consequences? Yes, there is. A married woman will play with your emotions. She will play with your feelings. That's a form of manipulation. Did you know that? There's a lot to know regarding having an affair with a married woman. This article will explore some of these things, okay? Now, is it okay to get involved with a married woman? No. I'm telling you, no. If she has a ring on that finger, she's off limits to you, bro. Well, I have feelings for what? Listen to me. Go find you someone else single that's not taken, that don't have anybody in their life, and focus on that one. If you have to go get into a relationship, find you someone single, not taken, not in a relationship with anybody, start investing with them. You'll thank me later. Or instead of getting into a relationship, find ways around it online. Or develop your hobby, interest. What do you like doing? Carpentry? Do you like plumbing? Do you like doing renovation? Hey, that's a good field to get into. You start working on that and improving your building up your better version of yourself, dude. You're going to take off like a bar of gold. You're going to build yourself up. Listen, men are born poor and die rich. So let me translate that for you, okay, real quick, okay? Let me translate that. A man must work hard in this world to build his kingdom up. Okay? Now, let's read this on. Before you embark on these things to know when you get involved with a married woman, let us first consider whether a relationship is okay in the first place. You can date a married woman knowingly or unknowingly. Yes. At first, such relationship can be fascinating. However, it has consequences and could leave you with a broken heart. Yes. That is the number one thing. Besides getting involved with a married woman's affair can contribute destroying a family. Her family. Okay? Therefore, getting involved with a married woman is wrong in every sense. Now, why are married women getting into extramarital affairs? It could be lacking in the character department, all right? They could have character deficiency. They can have character deficiencies. There's no deny that more women are getting involved in extramarital affairs like men. This could be reasons such as seeking excitement outside of marriage, yeah, or finding a shoulder to lean on, or even seeking revenge on their cheating husbands. Extramarital affairs act like scapegoats for married women to deal with marriage issues, for others to simply seeking pleasure, escaping boredom in marriage. Generally, extramarital affairs are momentarily escape for married women from reality. So yeah, and if her husband finds out about this, you could be on the target. You could be on the bullseye target. Stay away from her, brother. Stay away from her. Because your heart is going to get shattered into pieces. And guess who's going to have to pick them up? You. You are going to have to pick up the piece of the broken heart, or your broken heart. And you're going to have to put those pieces together yourself. And while doing that, you're going to see all those lines and scars. Excuse me. So, now, 20 things you should know when dating a married woman. Here are several things to know when dating a married woman. There's no she might. She will break your heart. She will break your heart. She will break it in so many dead gum pieces. You're not going to know which end to pick up. And you're feeling she's going to play you like a fiddle. And she's going to throw you away. She's going back to her husband for reconciliation purpose. Or she's going to get somebody else besides you. So remember, to the other man I'm talking to that are involved in a relationship with a married woman, you are not the only choice. I hate to break news to you, but you are not the only choice. Because I'm going to tell you right now, go find you a single woman to invest in, because you will build a strong home. The married woman's already got a home already built. Listen. I know. Sex feels wonderful. She's giving you all kinds of good feelings, good everything. Listen, those are fragile pillars. One's got to get kicked and the whole thing's going to crumble. And guess who's got to pick up the pieces? You, not her. And she's going to move on and she's going to go destroy some other life. Listen, I know. You invested time and feelings with her. And I'm going to go ahead. Okay. Dating a married woman means you are dispensable. This to the other man. You can expect to be heartbroken anytime. Rarely do women leave their families for someone else. Rarely. This means they can quickly leave you once they realize that their family is more important to them. I'm telling you. She's off limits. Similarly, a married woman can quickly replace you if they choose to. Whoa, that's a big old punch to your ego, is it? This will undoubtedly leave you devastated, primarily if you have invested too much in the relationship. Don't do this. Oh, guess what? Your relationship will not be normal. Unlike dating a single person, relationship with a married woman are far more from normal relationship. It would help you brace yourself for dates at odd hours and in private places you can't be seen in public together. With so much going on in her life as a wife and mother, she'll always put you on the standby mode and can only confirm dates last minute. So you can't go out parading a married woman in your hand while she's married to another man, right? And say, oh, I got my girl, oh, I got me a girl. You're a fool if you do that. Also, you can't hold hands in public or post pictures on social media as you would in a relationship with a woman you love. You need to pay in cash when paying for things because credit cards usually will leave a paper trace. Ideally, everything needs to be discreet, more like non-existent. And this can hurt your relationship with time, and you may feel dissatisfied. And listen, you ain't the top priority in her life. You will be a rebound. So you know what? In most cases, men having an affair with a married woman will be considered a rebound. So guess what? If her husband ain't getting her physical needs met, she'll use you to get her physical needs met. And then all of a sudden, you're going to start building your emotional connection. And she ain't going to have none for you. Usually a married woman gets in an extramarital affair, goes back at her husband. He probably cheated on her and she's looking for easy revenge by using you, the other man. And if you are not careful, you may think she is in it for love while her true intention is to get revenge on her spouse. So guess what? She is hurting two men at the same time right here. Two people. And if she got kids, she's hurting more than two people. She's hurting her children, she's hurting you, she's hurting her husband. It's not worth it. So therefore, it's essential to ask yourself whether you want to remain in a rebound. If not, you should seek a relationship with a single person who will be committed to you. That will be your best option. Or go seek pleasures in your hobbies. Let me tell you something. To the side dude I'm talking to. Bedroom fun is all fun and dandy and all that. Let me ask you something. Now, if she's fertile, what would you do if you get her pregnant and she has a DNA test done and you are the father? And guess what? You can't sit on your ass and play video games. You're going to have to go find a job and go work. And guess what? She's going to collect child support off of you, not her husband. That's if she gets a divorce from her husband. Getting involved with a married woman is a very dangerous game right here. You could be put on child support, my brother. No, you don't want to go that route, okay? And did you know this? She could be seeking excitement in her life. If a marriage suffers boredom, a married woman can keep a relationship outside a marriage to break the monotony and add excitement to her life. In this case, she will only be with you because of physical pleasure, not because she loves you. And she will leave you for another man if she feels you're not spicing up her life. So she's willing to hurt somebody else in the process, not only just you. Oh yes, here's my one of my favorite lines. And you are setting yourself up for emotional manipulation. And not only you're going to have to go to war for your reputation and battle lies and rumors, dating a married woman exposes you to a lot of emotional manipulation that can leave you drained at some point. She is probably trying to gain your sympathy and need a shoulder to cry on, an ear to listen to her marital woes. In other words, she's telling you her problems. Can I tell you what the kicker is? You can't do nothing about it. You're a neutered Tom in the wild, unable to do anything in the kingdom. You can't do shit. While what she says may be true, it will most likely put you in a tight spot by manipulating you emotionally. You will feel sympathy, and she will use this to get what she wants. If you're in a relationship with a married woman, get out. Get out. Oh, you know what? You're not the only one she's getting her physical needs met either. She's got orbiters while she's married to her husband getting her needs met by. Did you know that? You will always feel lonely. While you enjoy quality time with a married woman, they will not always be there all the time. She needs to get back to her home and children at some point, and this means she may not be there when you need her the most. That's very selfish, isn't it? And you need to accept that a married woman will put her family and commitments first before you. If you can't handle this, block her number, drop her number, block her on social media, block her out of your life, avoid where she works at, stay the hell away from her. And this can make you feel left out, lead to constant disappointment, especially if you're emotionally attached to her. Oh yes. The future ahead is not bright either. You always have to hide. Why would you want to parade a married woman's hand in your hand while she's got the husband's last name? And most society frowns on this. They frown on this. And somebody could take a smartphone and just take a picture of you and her together, and boom, then her husband, you will not know what he looked like. He could approach you in a worst case scenario. Don't know what else could happen there. It it's a very dangerous game. It's walking a minefield. You don't know what mine you're going to step on and what the effects of the explosion of the mine is going to leave you. You don't know what scars it's going to cause. The scar is going to only be visible to you, but not to the other naked eye. Okay, the future ahead is not bright. Getting involved with a married woman, you don't put your hopes up for a bright future. In most cases, a married woman can break up her family for an illicit affair, especially if children are involved. She's not thinking of a future with you more than a temporary relationship. You can only enjoy an intimate relationship for a while, but the future is uncertain. Okay? Ultimately, everyone will be broken in such relationship and things will get ugly. Therefore, you want a serious relationship, getting involved with someone else's wife is the last thing you want to do. And I mentioned the husband's wrath. The husband's wrath. I'm telling you. Oh, get this. Here, let me drop some truth bombs here, okay? Let me drop some red pill truth here. Okay, well, she's got you in her relationship with her, okay? Her husband gets a picture of you. He confronts you. He deletes you. Guess what? She's gonna go find her someone else to replace you. That's what this article said. You're dispensable. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? If you want to be dispensable, hey, you're on your own free will. But just remember, she's a mother. She's got children. She gave birth to some children. She's got a husband. You know what her husband looks like. She would never mention her husband to you. But she's only using you for one thing, that's sex. Get out of that relationship. For your own sanity's sake, get out. Okay, 8, there's a danger of a husband's wrath. Married woman is still married to her spouse unless they get a divorce. When in a relationship with a married woman, you will always fear getting caught by the husband, which can be a scary experience. And there is 98% chance of physical harm. If the husband finds out and decides to confront you on the matter, he will feel betrayed by your relationship and will do anything to protect his family if it means harming you. Worse yet, he can go in the extent of harming your professional life or ruining your reputation on social media. Oops. Oops. So before getting involved with a married woman, think about all these consequences. Listen, what's getting put on social media is never forgotten. And guess what? The social media company retains all the rights to photos and images out there. They can do whatever they want to with it legally. They can sell them, make money off them. There ain't shit somebody can do about it. Social media is right now we live in an age of where social media is the advertising platforms in the world. So that right there, beware of his wrath. Number 9, she cannot reciprocate your love. Only a single woman who is not taken, who is not with anybody can do that. A married woman can convince you that she genuinely loves. But believe that not. She wants you to believe this so she can get what she wants from you before returning home to her family. She would only choose you over her husband by getting a divorce if she did. Did you know that? But she isn't. But the fact she's still married means she's still in love with her husband and may not reciprocate your love the same way. And worse yet, we live in a society where infidelity is frowned upon. Expect people to judge you. It's morally wrong to have an affair with a married woman to the other man. Don't be surprised when people constantly judge you for your action. Even if you may be genuinely in love with a married woman, you will appear as a homewrecker in eyes of many. They will avoid you. They will avoid you at all cost. It would help you deal with someone else something appear like a bad guy during confrontation. People most likely will blame you for any issues that arise between a woman and a husband. You may be considered the cause for a divorce if it ever happens. Worse yet, number 11, low self-esteem. Guess what? Ask the other man. Ask the other man, did you know you're going to have low self-esteem? By continuing a relationship with a married woman, you're putting yourself up for a low self-esteem. You may feel guilty for messing up someone else's marriage, which can change how you view yourself as a man. My question to you, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Well, I'm young. Well, I got many years ahead. Yeah, I know. But listen to me, sonny boy. I'm talking to you. You're still wet behind the goddamn ears. Also, a married woman, when you tell her that you love her, some may withdraw completely when you pour out your heart and start to get attached. This can negatively affect your self-esteem, and you may act vulnerable even when you get into another relationship in the future. Are you sure you want to? Are you sure you want to continue this? Number 12, lack of clarity on your relationship. It's easy to define your relationship and establish the type of relationship you want. When dating a single person, okay, listen, I'm going to reread this again. It's easy to define your relationship and establish what kind of relationship you want when dating a single person that's not taken. They don't have anybody. However, this may not be the case when dating a married woman. It's been confusing to define your relationship and tricky to determine who you are to each other. It is impossible to make plans for the future as a regular relationship. You may have different relationship goals which cause many issues. Before you know it, it's already too late. You already missed a significant part of your life in the incredible relationship partners. Are you sure you want to walk into that path? 13. You need to keep reminding yourself she's married. Cut her out. Drop her number. Leave her alone. Listen, you stir feces, you're going to get a little on you. Did you hear that? One of the rules with having an affair with a married woman is not to forget that they are married in the first place. You need to constantly remind yourself of this before doing anything or making plans. She may spend time with you. You should not forget that she's married and cannot be the single woman you desire her to be. Hence, your relationship may not be as fun and fulfilling as dating a new partner. You will have to keep up the continuous mention of her husband and children at some point. Overall, it will be limiting. Oh my goodness. Anyways, here's something else too. Here's the worst case scenario. So you think her husband is bad. Besides her husband, you should be prepared for a confrontation with your family, friends, her family. Those that find out about your relationship may confront you for messing up with a marriage. Your family will feel disappointed in dating a married woman. And you know what? You know what? Your family will be the ones on the goddamn battleground trying to get you to see through your senses. That's a no-go. Because they know what's out there and will hurt you. Her family? That's another battleground you want to have to look at. That's another battleground you're gonna have to look at. Okay? That's something else you're gonna have to look. You're gonna have to take a good look at that yourself because I'm telling you. Yeah, sure, that sex might be real good and all that. It's not worth it. Okay? It's not worth it. Oh. She may cheat on you. Ooh. I've already covered that earlier. Listen, you ain't the only choice that she has. You know what? If a married woman cheats on her husband, you can expect her to leave you for someone else. Like men, women who cheat on their relationship are likely to do it again. This is what I'm trying to get at. This thought alone can make you worry that she may be unfaithful. And this may cause you to spy on her now and then. Chances are she is seeing someone else other than you and having thoughts of leaving you at some point. This could be dangerous and make you prone to diseases. So, or furthermore, you need to wake up and smell the coffee while it's brewing, all right? It will end up in pain and destruction, okay? The enjoyable initial extramarital affair are more likely to end up in pain. It comes with many consequences that are hard pills to swallow. Oh, I know. I got feelings for it. I'm developing feelings. As a man, that's normal, okay? But you must know illicit relationships with married women offer opportunities to get away from their marital problems. However, things will work again in her marriage and she reconcile with her husband. She's going to drop you like a hot potato. Okay? And she may stay in that relationship driven by motives like bedroom fun, comfort, excitement, more. And she can break your heart and get what they need from you. And here's a bitter pill to swallow right here. Are you ready for this one? Her family can never be your family. While seeking comfort from you, a married woman may open up to you and share details of her family. Get easily attached to the Is easily get attached to the children in their lives, even tempted to take active roles. But you know what? You're not. Listen to the other man. You are not her husband. You're being used as a walking ATM. You're being used as an emotional tampon. You're being used. Okay, you're being used. All right? Now get your head out of the clouds and swallow the red pill and focus on your purpose. However, no matter how much information she shares about them, listen, they can never be your family. They can't. This can be devastating, especially if you want your own family. Her life, that of her family, will continue while yours will stop. So how would you like to have a woman that is fully committed to you? You could parade her around saying that, you're fully committed to this relationship with her and she's committed to you. But you can't do it with a married woman, you see. In the state system, church system, she's already got a man in her life. Well, why be the other man? Why? What is it going to do for you in the long term other than mess up your psyche, mess up your self-esteem? You will always need to hide. Having freedom in a carefree relationship is nearly impossible when you choose to date a married woman. Although she's involved in an illicit affair, a married woman will try to protect her reputation, will not show you off in public. As a result, you need to hide as much as she does. You can only plan dates in a discreet place, but at times you may not go shop or do fun activities together. Your intimate moments will help solidify your relationship, but this may be lacking in a relationship with a married woman. While you with her, she's thinking of her husband. She's going to drop you like a hot potato, dude. Did you know that? She's going to drop you like a hot potato. You know what? She's going to drop you like a hot potato. So I'm going to tell you up front, I'm going to tell you right now up front, by doing that, you're going to have to go to individual counseling to get yourself organized from a professional. Number 19, she's always thinking of her husband, okay? If she hasn't not yet divorced her husband, chances are she still thinks of him and misses him while with you. Ideally, you might be the reminder of her so much about her husband. Consequently, this can ruin the fun of your dates. Are you getting this? She also might be guilt-stricken while having an affair with you, and that might at some point feel like returning to her family. All these causing a toll on what you thought was a solid, lasting relationship. It'll destroy what you thought was right there. It'll break your heart. Here's the brutal truth, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? She's still sleeping with her husband. To the player out there who think, oh yeah, I can get you in the room. I can do this. I can do that. You know, your head between your legs. You need to be thinking about the one up on your shoulders. You need to be thinking with that one. Unless you willingly want to get gunned down or harmed. Worse yet, exposed. Unless otherwise, chances are she's still having bedroom fun with her husband while in a relationship with you. Unlike being in a relationship with a single woman, this is something you have to deal with when dating a married woman. Whether you like it or not, this can evoke feelings of jealousy and insecurity, which can significantly affect your relationship. What's more, it puts you more at risk of contracting STDs. Ultimately, this chain can take a toll on your physical and emotional health. Now, we're going to talk about how to get out of this, okay? We're going to talk about over here on this website called marriage.com. Thank you for putting this message out. I give credit to the author of this website, okay? And here's these are Lone Wolf's approved tips to get out of the relationship with a married woman. I'm telling you, you're setting yourself up for disaster if you continue the relationship. Oh yeah, well the bedroom fun is so, it feels, I feel alive, dude. I'm telling you, get out of there, get out. Get you a single woman who's willing to build something with you and grow with you, okay? That right there is going to help you in the long run. Okay? Now, I need you to look at these right here. Number one, in the relationship in person, not through text. Explain your reason for breaking off the affair and be honest. Cut off all contact, close every emotional door. Do not respond to messages. Try as much as possible to cut her from your social circle. And lastly, this is for the kings out there. Know you deserve better than being her rescuer. You deserve better. And lastly, remind yourself that you deserve to be with someone that reciprocates your love fully, back and forth. And you don't have to run and hide. You can just walk out and holding hands and parading you and her around as two couples without condemnation, without guilt, without fear, without anything. All right? And conclusion to this right here. Whatever reason for extramarital affair with a married woman is morally wrong, and it has lots of consequences, bad consequences, okay? From broken hearts to confrontations with family members. Relationship with a married woman may be exciting but short-lived. Requires a lot of effort to maintain. It'll leave you drained emotionally. Consider going for counseling if you're in an affair or contemplating to get involved with a married woman. All right? Go to counseling. If you cannot afford it, they have programs that can help you see what you're missing. All right? I'm glad you got a chance to listen to me on this one article. Now, we're going to go and hop over to herway.com. And it's probably going to cover everything I discussed here. This is already published in March of this year, okay? And yes, this other article is probably going to open up everything you need to know. Are you in an affair with a married woman? Are you completely sure you're aware of the consequences dating a married woman brings with it? Love is sometimes a weird thing. Yes. Our hearts can be so completely blind when we fall in love, even aware that person is wrong for us sometimes. No matter what we do to try and forget them, our heart just won't listen to us. And people are going to actually tell you this. Yes, other people are going to tell you some advice like this. Forget about her. There are many single women who would like to date you, but no, our heart doesn't understand it because it only has eyes for that particular woman, even though she's taken or married. Listen. I know how you feel. I've been there and it's not good at all. There's a constant fighting going on. Fight between your heart, your mind, and it's not comfortable. Now, the best advice for a man who's been through it all can give you is that you should always know where you actually stand with a married woman and what you want and what to expect from the love affair. It's going to be short. It's not going to be. It's not going to be for the best. It's probably best for you to end that affair and save yourself from getting your heart broken at the end. All right? However, your love is stronger than anything she can. Of course, leave her husband to be with you. Yeah, that's temporary. Now, the dangers of dating a married woman. Having an affair with a married woman come with consequences. If you're sure that you want to go down with a dangerous path, go for it. I'm trying to tell you no. But really, you cannot make your heart forget about that woman. There are some things you should definitely know. All right? Worst case scenario, her husband might find out about your affair at any moment. You can never forget that she's married and must be careful about it, especially if she doesn't mean anything special to you. It's just a casual relationship. No, she's not worth it. Always be on guard when texting or arranging a new meeting. Also, text messages are probably a better option because you can easily be busted with phone calls. Another tip is that both of you should label each other different names in your contact list. If her husband finds out you've been seeing each other for some time, you can never be sure what he might do to you. If her marriage is just fine, they haven't talked about getting divorced, you can understand how angry he would be if he finds out about her betrayal. He's just a married man who would do anything to protect his family. That's the thing you should be worried about the most. Lastly, you're not the only man in her life. She's seeing somebody else besides you. Now, if you fall in love with that woman, the thought that you're not the only man in her life will haunt you all the time. You'll ask yourself all the time, is she really love you or she's actually using you? Will she have the most serious relationship? Is she ever going to leave her hubby? No, she ain't going to leave her husband. You won't be able to continue to see each other in secret anymore. You'll want more from her from your relationship. You'll be disappointed once you ask her to leave him and she rejects that proposal. Are you sure you want to go down that path? If you love a married woman, you'll have to be prepared to get your heart broken. That's especially possible if she has children because it will be more difficult for her to break up her family even if she really loves you. Your self-esteem will suffer. And if you do fall in love with her, you'll ask yourself the whole time, why can't she leave her husband for you? She ain't going to do that. Listen, Sonny boy, if she'll cheat on her husband to get with you, she'll cheat on you. Are you sure you want this? Are you sure you want this? You'll start competing with him and having a huge effect on your self-esteem. This type of relationship, the lover is always jealous of the husband and always wishing him win the heart of their lady to try to become more like their spouse. No, it won't work. You'll start thinking he's better than you, and you start changing yourself completely. At one point, you just lost yourself in that relationship. Is it worth it being a rebound? Lastly, she probably won't break up her family for you. Lastly, I'm going to say this. Her kids should be her priority. In most cases, married people who are involved in extramarital affairs won't break up their families for some passing affair. This might be the case with your woman too. Yep. And if she has children, she'll be frightened that her husband might take the kids after he finds out about the betrayal. If you ever asked her to choose between her family and you, she would choose them. To the other man, I'm talking to you. Is it now? Are your eyes opening up right now? You have to understand that she's in a long-term relationship with her husband. She's probably using you to break the monotony of a married life. Maybe she does honestly love you, but her kids will always be her priority. Your family might be disappointed if they find out. Oh. Enough about her. Talk about her family. How would your family react if they found out you're having an affair with a married woman? Of course, they would accept it over time because they love you, but they would be disappointed for sure. If they're religious, you will always know what their beliefs on monogamy and matrimony are. They probably never have respect for your other half if she divorces her husband one day, be with you, because they would consider her a cheater. Are you sure you're ready for this? Maybe she just wants revenge. She's using you for that revenge. Really? If you know she's married and you have seen each other for some time already, you should be able to ask her why she's cheating on her husband. You should be asking her that. Because if she's going to cheat on her husband with you and she divorced her husband, what makes you think she's going to be faithful to you and she's going to go see somebody else while she's with you? Making sense? So, yeah. Making sense? It's more than casual hookup for both of you. You will be talking about stuff from your lives. Ask her how her relationship with her husband is. Ask her about the marriage in general. If you have common friends, you should try to find out some things about her marriage from them too. Be careful. Don't give them any reasons to wonder if you two are seeing each other. That's right. If you find out her husband did the same to her, they cheated on her first, then the reason why she is with you is probably to get even with him. And she's just using you to get revenge. Even if affair doesn't mean anything to you, you shouldn't allow her to use you. Lastly, she might be using you to bring back some excitement into her life. Women get into the living moment, and they change like the wind. They're going to use you to get into the moment. They're probably having a midlife crisis. When women have midlife crisis, they do all kinds of strange things. Okay? You are aware you're falling in love with a married woman. You should have an honest talk with her. Ask her about a marriage, why she started dating you in the first place. That's logical right there. Find out what you really mean to her, and if she would never leave her husband to be with you. Ask her to be honest. Tell her you have feelings for her, that you don't want to have any false hope from her. She's going to have to crack open and be upfront with you on this. Again, don't ever allow anyone to use you in any way. Don't let nobody use you. Not even family members. Family members are the worst. If you feel that she's not being honest, if you don't feel she's being honest with you or think she's with you only for physical pleasure, leave her and let her find another man who will break her everyday monotony. Maybe she's just seeking comfort in you. If she doesn't have a healthy, happy marriage, she doesn't while she's seeing you. She's probably doing it because she needs you a shoulder to cry on. She's using you as an emotional tampon here. She needs to tell you how beautiful she needs you to tell her how beautiful she looks, how happy she deserves to be. Her husband don't treat her so well. That's between them two, not you and him. All right? And she's with you until her husband rekindle their relationship, and she's going to drop you like a hot potato. If she talks constantly about a marriage and while you're together, that's an obvious sign that she loves her husband, but needs someone to comfort her when things are not going good between them two. She's using an emotional tampon. Dump her. Oh, guess what? There's risk that she's going to be unfaithful to you too. She's got somebody else on standby. She's got another phallus on a standby mode. Lastly, she might break up with you soon. She doesn't She doesn't expect anything. And everything right here is possible. Get out of it. Go do something that's fun. Get into You know what? Her place is off limits. She'll never spend the whole night with you. She'll avoid making a relationship public. She'll drop you like a hot potato. And wrap up. I'm gonna wrap this up. We already talked about everything here. And your male pride is very important to the other men out there that are in a relationship with a married woman. Your male pride probably won't be able to stand the fact that you're the only option and that you must share the woman you love with another man. You want to be the option? And that relationship is a disaster waiting to happen. And we already covered this. You have to hide. She does have to hide. Her family's not your family. You already covered this. Your relationship will never be stable. And, okay, you're definitely going to be in love with the scandal, not the woman. You know what? The scandals will happen. And your dates ain't going to be normal, okay? And this here is a huge risk right here. I'm going to put this here into the description. And lastly, it's going to get worse. Your future will be doom and gloom instead of bright. We already covered this. And, oh yes, the husband finding out can be very, very, very dangerous. Love does thing to people. If you feel a pang of jealousy every time you wonder what they're bad together, imagine what her husband, if you realize she's been cheating on him with you all along. Oh, a confrontation is imminent. Sure, that's the best case scenario you can ask for. When push comes to shove, her husband might not be able to control himself and seriously hurt you in the process. You'll never know what her husband will react, which means you never know what to expect. And he could do anything from doxing you online to actually deleting you. Now, that's just a physical repercussion. And if he's particularly well connected or vindictive, he will surely find a way to destroy the life. Your life will never be the same again once the word get out about you and his wife. While you're sneaking at 3 a.m., picking her up and calling her away from her house, just remember these things. Ask yourself, is it worth it? Told you this is dangerous. Oh. You know what? She may need more than bedroom fun. And lastly, this is the worst one. This is the worst yet. She can and probably drop you at any moment. And she'll find herself another man. You know what? We already covered that on many other articles. 10 disadvantages of falling in love with a married woman. And you know, most time people turn to Hollywood for relationship advice, but the Hollywood has taught us that falling in love with a married woman is always a bad idea. You know what? They're right about that. Disadvantages, okay. And are you sure you're willing to take this? It's a huge risk, but you can never confess. That's a downside. You can't share your situation with your friends either. They're going to judge you for it. Oh, yes. It can ruin your friendships. With your friend, co-worker, okay? She will fucking hate you. Excuse my language, but she will hate you. Did you know that? And to help you divert your attention to a married woman, learn a new skill. Pick up a book. Um, you know, she's using you. And this is the consequences of being with a married woman. You're going to start feeling bad about yourself. That's your conscience telling you it's wrong. And you will develop feelings for a married woman, then chances are you start questioning your own self-worth. Listen, you have a self-worth. Look at it. What am I doing? Why did this happen? Why did I allow it to happen, and so on? You know, humans are the only animals in the kingdom that will mate guard. Did you know that? We'll fight over who our mate is, so to speak. And lastly, you know what? It's never going to end well. It's not going to end well at all. Okay? And she'll blame you if she ends with her husband. Please don't get involved with a married woman. Because it's going to and I'm over here at Cora. Alright? I'm in a serious relationship with a married woman who tells me she's going to divorce her husband and soon be with me. What are the considerations? Now, the considerations are right here. She's married, therefore she's unavailable. She has not left her husband. You're going to take on a lot of baggage. The other man. She will feel guilty and hurt as she should. Her husband will be crushed and damaged forever, and it will be yours and her fault. If she has kids, they will pay the children 100% of the time. How much more do you need? And lastly, leave her alone. Go find yourself a single woman. That's what matters with you people who just have to give someone that married. Aren't there good enough single people out there to choose from? Why do you want a cheater? Amen. What does she want? Why does she want a cheater? It's not like y'all are honorable, loyal, faithful. You suck as a human being. Stop. Just stop. You know what? So, anyways, what do you mean by serious? How much time does she devote to you? Has she gone home to her husband to have bedroom fun with him, talk, laugh with him, go to social functions as his wife, to visit her family as a couple? Do you go on vacations with her, or do you sit at home, wait on her, text telling you she's coast clear, you can meet her and have bedroom fun? So what's her story? And, you know, I'm not a moralist, so therefore the decision is yours to make. You're getting another sneaking arrangement, then continue. If some lonely evening you decide to realize that she's asleep next to her cuckolded husband after a good night, dear, then it's time for you to dump her. Feel free to meet and love by a full-time woman. Amen to this. So, from a woman's standpoint right here, from Laura, she has this. So Laura just said, she said in quote, "Don't do this. She's cheating on her husband, and she is likely to cheat on you." All right. Now, this pattern right here, anyways, but also take this, take note. Be careful. If you're trying to convince her to leave her husband to be with you, that will put you in a position of being blamed whenever things aren't what she hoped. And you will be the one they expect to prove that she made the right decision. So, you didn't save your girlfriend or husband to have kids together. That's a huge mess for you. Even you couldn't care less about how the kids are going to feel about their parents being divorced, that their mother can leave their dad to marry you. There are so many unattached people out there who don't have a history of cheating. Find one. Amen to this. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put all these descriptions right here, what I read here, in a description box on YouTube. All right. The other man out there listening to my message, I'm telling you because I care. Your name is everything. How old are you? 18, 19, 20? Listen. Social media is pretty strong out there. Okay? Social media is strong. It's an advertisement. It's actually an open advertisement for businesses, open advertisements for people to look at. Whether it's true or not, stay away from that arena. Stay out of that gladiator. Stay out of that marriage gladiator. Okay? Stay out of that marriage gladiator. I'm done talking about this topic right now, and I hope that you will open your eyes to reality, okay? I'm glad to be your host, and peace.